mean, like maybe like 5 hours just to do like 20 cards or something.
20 cards? Oh, really?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Jasola. I am a rising second year medical student. Pretty much my goal is to really do well in STEP because I would like to be a surgeon.
Can I
Language
push
as well.
back on one thing that you just said?
Yes.
I heard you say I'm not good at standardized exams. The only thing that I would tweak is
Okay.
I would say I'm not good at standardized exams yet. And
Yet.
maybe
Yes.
maybe even better is because if you say it like that, if you say I'm not good at standardized exams, it sort of becomes this identity that becomes like the self-fulfilling prophecy. Right? It's like,
Yes.
oh, here it comes again. Oh, it's another thing I don't know how to do. Oh, right. And then we want to just like give up before we've even really started.
Yeah.
Right. So instead, I want you to frame this in case of in the sense of skill deficits,
Okay.
right? Which in some ways is more painful because it's like I have to say, well, I don't have a skill yet in this thing, but it's also it gives you much more control
Yeah.
and it shows you that you have the power.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'd rather that you say, you know what, I don't know how to study properly. Like I don't know how to learn things properly in the way that they want me to for these exams.
Yeah. I don't know how to learn things properly in a way they want me to in this exam.
That's beautiful. Right.
English is like my third language, so I pretty much like taught myself so.
Wow.
Yes.
Where are you from originally?
Haiti.
The fact that you are struggling with this is a good sign. It means that you care and that you're growing. It's like going to the gym, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, if you're going to go into orthopedic surgery, you probably go to the gym. Like, oh, we worked with orthopedic surgery residents, even though when they're like crazy busy, they will still go to the gym. You're like, what is going on? You're like, you won't sleep, but you'll go to the gym. Okay. All right. All right. So explain troponins to me.
Okay, so troponin, like I'm gonna try to do the principal one. In a normal cell, troponin is found inside of a normal cell, never in the bloodstream. So once you have uh anything that damage the cell, the troponin is gonna be released in the bloodstream. Right? Is
That's
that
pretty good. That was a
okay?
principle. That, my
Okay.
friend, was a principle.
Yeah.
Show me how you're studying. So you're saying 5 hours to do 20 cards. So show me how you would learn if you were doing this.
I will read what she said and then I will do detail. And then if I don't understand anything from that, I would put it into chat and to try to understand what it means.
Oh, I see. So I don't think you need to read it like it every single time. Just read the part that you forgot. And the other thing is that when you're reviewing cards, you don't have to read the detailed every time. Just check the summary and see if you know the summary.
Okay.
So like, for example, if I were to do this, the difference is that I would have said, okay, so stroke volume is just three things: preload, afterload, contractility, done. And then I would hit show answer, and then I would say, okay, preload, afterload, contract. Oh yeah, okay, I'm done. And then I would hit good. Or if I didn't get it, I would hit again. And if I needed to learn it, I might like read it, or I might like read a little bit more. One thing that you're gonna want to do, because I'm gonna guess that when you first came to the United States, you were like, oh my God, this is so hard. I need to like work super hard and do, work harder than everyone else. And so you just got used to just grinding.
Yeah.
Meaning you would read everything like multiple times just to make sure that you could, pass or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Is that right?
Yes, I will read over and over until I
Right.
remember
So you
everything
don't have
stuff.
to
But
do
yeah.
that with Anki, and you don't. So that's probably too far in that direction, right? Like it's kind of Koreans do this where they'll write the same thing again and again and again, like all over, and it's like it will work, but it's just very inefficient, right? And so like what you're doing will work, it's just very inefficient. So instead, say like, okay, so this is basically a list. I need to know preload, afterload, contractility. Okay, so I forgot that, or I did know that. But if you forget it, just hit again and then move on quickly. Because the key is that you want to just see if can you remember it next time. Like, do you know what preload it means?
Yeah, blood coming back to the heart
Yeah, it's like how full the heart is. What's afterload?
is the amount of pressure that the heart have to overcome to push the blood out.
Kind of, you're right. I mean, that is technically like how they define afterload, but I think the easier way to understand afterload is its resistance.
Resistance. Yeah.
So preload is like how full the heart is. Afterload is how much resistance the heart is pumping against, right? Like, so if I've got a hose, like a garden hose that's spraying water on my lawn, then if I kink the hose, then the afterload is increasing, meaning the resistance is increasing, right? And then contractility, what is contractility?
How much strength the heart
Yeah,
have to pump?
perfect. Yeah, how strong it's pumping. Great. Okay, perfect. Done, right? So you're done. So then I would just move on. Heart failure fails in two directions. Name them and what each produces and why. So there's a forward failure problem, and then there's a backward
Mm-hmm.
failure problem, right? So it's the whole like wet, dry, warm, cold. So did you know this schema?
No.
Okay, so then you would learn it. Okay, so explain to me like what this means.
So we're saying that forward is that we're not getting any blood to the body, so that's why we have uh clumsy, cold. No, not clumsy because clumsy is edema. We have cold extremities, and if it's backwards, that means the everything going back to the lung, and we end up having edema for the rest of the body.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, great. So you understand that. So like would you have spent a lot of time on this card trying to learn that?
Yeah.
I see.
Without you right now, I would have spent a long time.
You're just not being very efficient with your time
No, I'm
because
not.
you think you have to memorize all these things. You don't. And because the problem with memorizing it, A, is you're going to move really slow. B, you're not going to see a lot of results from doing that, right? So you're going to have to work 10 times as hard as other people, and your scores are not going to climb very quickly.
Yeah, my scores are not the best.
Yeah. And then you're going to feel super depressed, and then you're not going to feel very motivated, and then you're not even going to do any of your cards. If you're a medical student or a doctor preparing for either the USMLEs or COMLEX or one of your medical board exams, then be sure to sign up for our free 14-step program where we'll walk you through the most efficient ways for you to improve your score in a short period of time. And if you're interested in getting there faster, be sure to book a free call with our team where we'll break down what it is that's holding you back and, if it makes sense, explain how it is that we can help you to get there more efficiently.
That's you just summarized me.
I know, right? I mean, I summarized human nature. Human nature is that if you try something and it's painful, you're going to want to avoid the painful thing.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yes.
pain is like, I want to do well on this task. I'm working hard, but it's not working. And so I feel really bad about myself.
Yeah, that's how I felt my whole first semester, my whole first year of med school. I felt really
exactly
that way.
So what the major problem that I'm seeing with what you're doing is that you think that you need to memorize things. You have this image of like, I need to be perfect and like how much I memorize this. And that's holding you back because it's A, it's not true. And B, you're like trying to do this thing that's just going to, make you want to, scream, tear out your hair. And then you're not going to work. Then you're going to be like, oh my God, am I lazy now? Oh, and my scores suck. And so, and you're probably doing pretty well in your research. You're getting more sort of praise and encouragement for your research. And so then you're going to want to do more research. And you're going to want to, so you're like running towards research and away from study. So you're going to like study less. So what I would do is I would try to get through all 100 cards in like 3 or 4 hours. That's the goal. Okay. Right? That's about the pace. And if you're not doing that pace, you're probably spending too much time memorizing it. You're probably not spending enough time actually like trying to understand it, right? Understand the idea. Because if you try to memorize every word, you won't be able to do it in 3 or 4 hours. But if you try to understand it and you're like, okay, well, the idea, because what you did was beautiful, by the way, because you said, oh, this is probably like a forward failure problem. You took the idea and you immediately applied it. That was brilliant. That, like, write that down. That's what you want to do.
Okay.
That's it. In a nutshell, that is what you just did is exactly what it takes to do well in step 1 and step 2. It's kind of like if I were trying to run a marathon, I'm sure that if I did push-ups, it would help a little bit, right? Not a lot, but like, I'm sure some physical fitness, whatever, like it's going to help a little bit. It's sort of like I did push-ups all of my day, but I didn't spend any time running, or I did like a little bit of running. You are closer than you realize. I don't think you realize this, but you are closer than you realize because you actually do understand it. Instead, ask yourself, what is it going to take for me to get a subtopic in a day? And then just do that, right? If your life depended on it, if you didn't master a subtopic in a day, do you think you could do it?
Of course I can.
Okay, great. So what would you do in order to do that?
I'll just stick it in. I'll do anything. I'm just not trusting myself.
You just don't trust yourself.
Yeah.
You just gotta
Okay.
do it. Like, it's not trusting yourself is a form of pain. So you just have to run towards that. Like, it's okay to not trust yourself. So you still have to do it, right? Like, if you
Okay.
and your family's life depended on this, it wouldn't matter that you didn't trust yourself. You would still just do it. All right, you got this. I'm actually really excited. I'm actually really excited. So yeah, please keep us posted.
What if you could walk into step 1 already knowing you'll pass? I've watched students transform from failing practice tests to comfortable passes in just 3 weeks. In my next video, I break down the exact 10-step framework that virtually guarantees you'll pass. Not through luck or grinding harder, but through a systematic approach that just works. Click here to watch how to virtually guarantee a step 1 pass and get the system now.